Hey guys, and welcome back to PechPong, a channel where I do match reviews. I talk about things that you can do to improve your game, as well as things that I do to improve my game that might help you as well improve your game. So today we have another match review, and this is also going to be a match from the 2022 national tournament in Texas that I played. And this will be an event that I played in the under 2500 event. And the player is Aziz Zarehbin. And I played him, I think, 1 or 2 rounds in after the group stage. I've played his brother before, but I have never played him yet. So it was kind of cool that I got to play against him. So as far as his game, he's a 2400 level player. He's probably, you could say, a 2-wing attacker. I think he plays pretty close to the table, and he has a really good defense. So that's a nice combination of things going into the match for him. So the serves he was doing primarily when we played were underspin, dead, side spin, and a few long ones to my backhand, typically side spin serves. When he pushed my serves, he did primarily long pushes, and he really mixed them up between medium, long, and he really did a good job of mixing them around the table to my forehand and my backhand. And later on in the game, he really started targeting my middle. And that kind of goes into his other strength, which is the block. He's very good with both sides blocking, and not just like a passive block. He had a really good punch block on both sides. So in the beginning of the match, I was trying to push his serves primarily short and some long. And I found out that his offense was actually very strong, and that if I ever got into a defensive situation, it was pretty much a loss for me. So I had to figure out how to get in the point without him putting me on the defense. So as the match kind of progressed, I really started trying to flip a lot more, and I really also tried to put a lot more emphasis on putting the ball short when he served. But mainly I was trying to flip, and that was kind of a recipe for success that I found. I will say when I did get the opening, if I played directly to his backhand or his forehand, he was very strong to make a really good punch block. And that really depends on the kind of opening I made. So if I made a strong opening, he just put the ball back and we played kind of a rally. If I made that spinny loop, which I normally do against players, and they have trouble with, he was able to just slap the ball and kind of put the point away right away. So that kind of leads me into a topic that is, if you have something that's really good and that gives a lot of players trouble, for me it's my spinny opening loops on both sides, forehand and backhand. And typically it gives a lot of people trouble, but for him it was like his favorite ball. So your strength that you normally use to win is not always your strength, and in this match, I had a pretty hard time to adjust to make stronger loops. So that's something I could work on in the future, is to be able to go in and out of that kind of shot selection a little bit more seamlessly. But yeah, it really just shows that every player is different, every style is different, and that you really got to play your opponent differently to get the most out of the game. As far as my serves went, I was doing pretty much underspin, and later on in the match I found that he had a lot of trouble with my long backhand underspin serve, and I did a few of those and I was able to get a couple nice points out of that. So trying to mix them up and just kind of get that first opening most of the time for me. So my recipe for success in the game typically was, if I could get that first opening, if I could make a nice strong opening, and then we would kind of go into a rally. And actually, backhand, I was winning. Typically, I don't normally play quick to the table and playing backhand. But in this match, I was winning those points. So I felt like, okay, if it's winning, we go to where the points are. And it was kind of a nice little success I had, because I don't normally win points like that. And to see myself winning points against him, going backhand was a nice little surprise. In this match, I kind of got off to a bit of a rough start because I wasn't quite used to his playing style, and as I said earlier, how my playing style was kind of his favorite playing style to play against in the regard to my soft, spinny loops. He was just punching them. It kind of led me off to a really bad start where I was down 2-0. But I really felt like mentally I was there, and I felt like I could figure things out. I could find a way. And I kind of shifted my game a little bit, and I was able to get on a bit of a winning streak. And that kind of gets me into this next part where I really felt like I wasn't exactly stronger than him in those areas that I was winning the point, but because I had the momentum on my side, I really felt like I was able to keep on winning those points, mainly because he kind of got on a losing streak and I was on a winning streak, so I was more inclined to be a little bit more proactive, take a little more risk, because I'm winning. Good tactical change that he made in the match to kind of shift the momentum back after I had a good rally of points was he started serving a little bit wider to my forehand side so that I couldn't step around and backhand flip. And looking back in retrospect, I think that it was mainly in my head that he was serving a little bit wider, and it really discouraged me in the moment. But looking back, I think I really could have made that step a little bit further and taken those backhand flips from the wider serve position that he was using. He was mainly pushing to my backhand, and I really felt like that was working for me. I was opening strong with my backhand. He was blocking with his backhand. Then we go into backhand rally. If he changed, I was winning those forehand counters. And when he called a timeout, which was a very smart move, he came back and he made a couple pushes to my forehand, and he blocked those forehands. I looped the ball, and I went cross court, and he was able to block down the line and kind of stick me in my backhand after I made a forehand loop over the table. And I felt like it could have really went either way, but he did a really good job of, just like I said, regrouping and figuring out a way to change the momentum of the game. Yeah, Aziz is a great player, and I definitely had a lot of fun playing this match. It was very tactically engaging, and I really felt like it was just a clean, good match with a lot of good strategies and stuff like that. So I hope that I can play him again in the future, and yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next video.